Yellow duck and red clover to kill the cancer, pull the wicked out the blood, and now the whole world quiet. Detox the body, keep the public mystified. It is no secret, Mother Nature never hides. The cure lies within. We got to know the medicine.
Come on,
Let me wash
kid.
away the sin, they my king. Part of my apothecary, the monster underneath the bed that once could
Yeah.
never bury. Yeah, man, watch out. Hey, something serious right now, man. Something serious. I want to go super hard, man. I want to go super hard. And I
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, this beat definitely go
Respect.
hard, bro.
Hey, man. Chief Rugged, man. He's one of them cats using the old pieces of machinery, the MPs, the SPs, and I love it. I seen him with the old
Yeah.
floppy disk, man. It doesn't get no more original than that.
Yo, he's super
To
dope.
kill
Like
the cancer.
I'm big on like the cinematography and along with the music.
Yeah,
And
man.
when you capture that, like he captured a different essence for me. And then to be about space, bro. Like I'm all about like that space and that lonely journey, that sight that only more than likely you see. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going with you. And I just, man, I appreciate. And the music just dope, dope, dope. You know what I'm saying? Such a vibe. Such a vibe.
Yes, I do overstand, and I love the nostalgicness of the music, of the sounds. It's got
Yes.
that old boom bap vibe to it, that analog sound. It's always been a favorite of mine, and it should be for many, many peoples. It should be for many, many peoples. But we shall see. Hopefully, in the near future, more people diving back to these older analogish sounds, man. I think it's going to be something that's imperative, especially when we're looking to create new sounds and new kinds of music to get out of the box of this normality, this normal standard that's put to place in the music industry right now. Everybody sound the same.
Teach, brother. Everybody sound the same. It makes you wonder. Like, I mean, come on. Is that on purpose? Is it deliberate? Because
My job
we
is to
only
make
get,
college
you know what I'm
easier
saying?
because students
You
have a
overstand? It's something
Yeah.
serious. Pinche advertisement, man. That's one thing. That's one thing I got a complaint to file with YouTube. Hey, man, monetize these channels, but don't make us watch the ads. You understand? These
Teach,
artists, these independent artists, need their
teach.
paper for the views that we give it in. Just how the sound scans work. Whenever we play a record on the radio or an artist on the radio, they get credit for that. Listen, man.
Teach, brother.
Everything is so backwards this year, man. It's so backwards, and we need to be able to make sure that we get the funds to our particular peoples without having us have to pay attention to these wicked ads that's irrelevant. These ads be
Teach,
so
brother.
irrelevant to us. If they made sense, if there was something that was productive, if they gave a Chief Rugged ad, you understand? Something like
Teach.
that, then we could definitely spend, 30 seconds of time to watch, man.
Right.
I would do it. I know I would. And that's coming from a music head like myself, producer, artist, music head, whatever you want to call it. All three of them things right there, all three of them titles. I would settle for watching the ads if they highlighted the artist rather than show some ridiculousness.
Teach, King. That's the truth, though. That is the truth. Like, again, it's
Hey,
not
you
made
understand?
for us. It's not made for the independents. It's not made for us. Like, and I'm with you. Like, if you're going to do an ad, fine, do the ad, but do a Chief Rugged ad. Like, don't, like, promote him, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what YouTube is about. It's about us. So if you
No,
don't
you
promo
understand?
us. Yeah.
Word, sound, power once again.
Teach,
Dr. Ock,
teach,
you hear
teach.
me talking? You hear me talking, Dr. Ock? Word, sound, power, When we say YouTube and you got the capital Y specifying you, that means we need to be able to make sure that that it's all about us, man. Highlight the artist, highlight the videographer, highlight the channel, highlight the person, the creator, the creative artist, Come on now. Yo, I mean, we could talk all day about YouTube, man, because there's so much. We living in the times of censorship, and where
Yes.
you can't really say things or you can't really put things out there that's like this, that, and the other. And it even comes down to sampling too. I think I referenced this last week when we think about a lot of the producers down in Studio One, down in Jamaica, with all the big reggae hits. You hear a lot of new artists in the reggae genre start to use a lot of these guitar these guitar notes or these different rhythms, and they sample them and they put them together in their music, and everybody gets accredited for that,
Right,
and
right.
there's never any discretion, there's never any discrepancy, but it seems like here it's always a fight for the dollar. We living in Babylon, man. We living in the United States of America,
Teach.
home of the unfree, land of the slave, as they say, man. So,
That's the
so
truth.
yeah, we have to overstand, man. We have to overstand, and it's imperative that we put these people on Front Street, man, because we need to know what's going on in this world, man. And when artists are being flagged or censored, like myself, especially when I dropped my tape and I gave all the accreditations to all the specific producers, and 2 years later they took my album off of the iTunes. I think that's very wicked, and it does damage for the people, especially when it's such a good compilation of music, something that's for the mind. You understand, something that really stimulates the mind and fills up the soul, satiates the soul. And it's unfortunate that people of truth, or people of awareness, consciousness of this world, people with some common sense on their head, are the ones that's being flagged. But yet they allow these videos with all these people fighting and all this wicked stuff and all this stupidity to go viral and just keep on infiltrating the minds of the masses. Once again, this not everything is visual for us to see, but even these auditory notes, man, when they playing this wicked music on the radio, man, and this stuff is talking about degrading factors like calling a woman out her name, and talking about serving drug or taking drug, and just constantly infiltrating the minds of the youth and people, of just thoughts filled with killing and this, that, and the other. It's just such a wicked vibration, man. And we got to stop being naive, man, especially us in the music industry, as producers, as artists. Yeah, everybody go get their bread, especially as a producer. When you're making beats and stuff like that, you go ahead and make a beat and get it out there, and you never know, maybe some mainstream artist might come along and snatch up your beat and put you on the album. But me personally, man, and I think all of us as artists should look at this, we have to be mindful of who we cater to, man. I'm not, and we can't be afraid to put a foot down, even if there is I don't know, to each their own on this one, but even if there is $1 million put on your beat, what I'm saying, I'll buy this beat to you for $1 million, and it's coming from the most wickedest artists out there, talking about ridiculousness, nothing that makes sense, nothing but mind pollution. I'm not afraid to put my foot down, man. A lot of people would try to chastise me right now and say, hey, you can't say that, Marley. You would never say that in the heat of the moment, or you don't know what you would do in that particular moment in time. But I do know what I would do, man. I'm about truth and rights, man. I put my foot down. I'm living in the light of Jah, man. I'm a vessel of righteousness right here, and I'm never gonna compromise my soul and my people's for some lousy dollar signs, man. For a fictitious piece of paper that's a material possession that don't mean nothing when your body recycle back to the earth. What you gonna do with that? We see all of our ancient ones, man, when they buried up in these tombs and catacombs, and you don't see no money in there, man. You see a lot of things that's worthwhile, a lot of Mother Nature, a lot of elements from Mother Earth, things that were sculpted and made. But when we understand the dollar and we understand the power of it, and then we start looking at all the symbols on the dollar bills and the monies and the coins, and we start to, check the paper trail, then we start to see what this society is founded upon, and what money is founded upon in general. You understand? And what I'm talking about here is that money does not have a value. The only reason it has a value is because we believe in it. When we see a dollar bill and $100 bill, we believe that's a dollar bill. We believe that's $100 bill. You understand? We live in a jacked up. I'm not gonna say it's the worst country in the world, man, but we live in a country, man, where they take advantage of us. And we spoke on it last week, man. People is constantly getting raped and tricked and bamboozled, and it's all happens to be through entertainment and things of materialistic value. And this kind of stuff has got to go. Music is something that's very deep, man. It's food for the soul, it's food for the mind, it's food for the ears, it's food for the body. It's medicine, sacred medicine. And when we start to use the medicine as a form of abuse, then we start to see why the peoples are affected negatively, and we start to see these vibrations being spread all across the world. Something deep, man. So case in point, while we're talking about music here, so I had a wonderful experience again with the power of music. Let's talk about the power of music once again. I was down at Vibrations Juice Bar here in Gary, Indiana, on Friday night. We was down there for First Friday. You check. So I was down there, man, and holding the vibe, enjoying. Nice evening out there, man. Nice spliff, a nice thing of water out there. Good peoples around me, and they had some live music out there. You see, and.
You gotta tell me next time. You gotta tell me next time, but go ahead.
Hey, all the time, First Fridays. From here on out, First Fridays. You understand? Come down to Miller, man. And it's my kind of a crowd too. It's not no rowdy crowd. It's not no ratchet crowd. It's this, that, and the other. It's a nice crowd, and the the nice music that comes out of there. They got a nice bass player out there, man, shredding on the guitar, a drummer, a guy on the bongo, or excuse me, the congos, and he had a set of bongos too. He was playing too, so very beautiful. But nonetheless, no disrespect to the drummer out there, but they was playing a couple of good jams and stuff like that. But the tempo was kind of slowed down. The vibe was pretty mellowed out. And then Rebecca's son Kyle came out there and jumped on the drums, man.
Okay, I didn't know he was a drummer.
Do you know Kyle?
I know Miss Rebecca. You know so I believe he may have been in the back does he cook? Does he help with the cooking?
Yeah, you understand. Uh-huh. So he's very musically inclined, man. He came out there and jumped on the drums, and right away, man, he picked up speed. And the bass player and the guitar player and the drum player, they started jumping in there with him. Yeah. And my goodness, there was a small crowd, and like I said, the vibe was mellow before that. But as soon as Kyle jumped on the drums, and picked up the tempo, changed the style of music that was being played and how it was being played, yo, no lie, we started seeing people come out of the alleys behind the trees. People stopping their cars just to get out and come hold the vibe, man. Yo, listen. When Kyle jumped on the drums and changed the vibration of music or the type of music that was being played, just changing the tempo, man. People were coming out, man, and I done seen some people having the best times of their life out there, man. You know what I'm saying? They was having the greatest evening of their life. You see the way the music was influencing them to move, to dance, man. Yo, likewise, man. I'm a chill guy, man. I'll kick back and listen to any kind of music, I always keep an ear for it. But there's certain music, man, when that tempo is being played up to par and that beat starts kicking in and you hear that drum beat and you hear the bass player start to start to jump in, and you got the guitar going too, hitting all type of different notes, and he jumps in with the pedals and starts changing to all these different filters and effects on the guitar. Yo, it gets so wicked out there, and I tell you what, man. That was music. That was a very spiritual thing right there. You could watch each individual artist, and I call them artists because everybody is an artist when they play an instrument. You see what I'm saying? I was watching each individual artist out there ride in the spirit. And sometimes they be searching, they be trying to find the note, they be trying to find the groove, find where the spirit. It's like when you're playing an instrument, you're chasing the spirit, man. When that music starts going or you start hearing them chords being played, man, you know what you're chasing, especially when you're in rhythm with the rest of the artists out there as well. Yeah. And man, oh man, it was such a great thing to see each and every individual artist out there start to find the spirit. And I just had to laugh sometimes, them losing the spirit. They chase the spirit, then they catch the spirit, then they lose it, then they find it again. And it was just a constant cycle. And when they hit these spots, man, you just seen the facial expressions. They were so in tune with the particular instruments that they was playing. It was such a deep vibe, man. And I just being an artist and a producer myself, being able to watch and feel the vibe coming out of each individual and to over. Man, oh man, I was filled with vibrations that night. How uncanny. I was filled with vibrations at vibrations. You understand?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man. Once again, words sound power. You say the word vibration, man. You best bring a hell of a vibration out there for people to resonate with. And shout out to Rebecca Raspberry, man. Enough respect, man. Known her a few years already since she was at her first building before she came out here from Chicago. And she's a wonderful individual, man, bringing a nice vibration to the community, doing a lot of great things for health and wellness, taking care of people's bodies, providing a lot of wholesale herbs if people need to get different herbs and different powders and things of that nature, different spiritual items as well. And you're ever in town, you want to stop in there, please stop in there and enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy a nice juice up there. You're really.
We went to just kind of check it out and stuff and taste, the different things. There was a first time I tasted the banana blossom, which they were like using for like a fish and chip.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was really
what a trip, man.
Right, and then the sweet potato fries. Literally, it has to be a whole sweet potato that they're giving you for $3, and they're like steak fries. They are so delicious, so good. So they put me on to trying to make my own homemade, steak fries, sweet potato fries. And I did, and when I did, all I did was put like olive oil on them, put them in the air fryer or the oven because I did it a few times. And then I sprinkled some ginger on it. That was it. When I tell you these things tasted like steak. Like I kept the skin on.
Understand? Yeah, nice.
Man, bro.
That's what I love to hear, man. Way to experiment, way to get down. Hey, man, we got to take care of the body in order to revitalize our minds. You know, I think it's very imperative, especially in these times, you know, where a lot of wicked is running rampant. And we're not just being polluted mentally or audibly through the music and through the different forms of entertainment that we out there having to battle against, but we also being polluted by what we consuming. And we have been polluted for a long time. That's why they call it the SAD diet, the standard American diet. You understand? And you look at that food pyramid, and they always got the smallest thing on there. The smallest portion happens to be like things like your fruits and your vegetables, things that are imperative to keep your gut and your filtration organs nice and balanced, man. Because without those things that are cleaned up, those particular organs, the colon, the spleen, the kidneys, the liver, and the stomach in general, without those things being toned and cleaned up, man, then we always leave environment for wickedness to settle in. And that's why we see people as young as 20 years old catching colon cancer or having intestinal cancer, or women, especially young women. I know way too many women, too many sisters out there, man, that's got way too many wickedness running in the body. Like, for example, cyst on their ovary. A woman should never have cyst on the ovary, man. That comes from a terrible diet, man. You know this, and over the course of time, this is nothing that happens overnight, man. We have to prepare our bodies in order to have our bodies succumb to these particular diseases or illnesses, man. All of these things can be, we'll say, prevented, because the things that we eat help our body to get ready for the infiltration of different herbs, or different wickednesses like this. We take the herbs in order to clean out our organs, but the food we eat help our body prepare, man. You know, it's something very serious. We see a lot of. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna add too. No, my experience with it too. Like, I'm starting to understand the importance of food. Even the importance of just chewing your food. You have to chew on both sides. Chewing on both sides of your mouth. It helps with you being able to have a healthy mouth, like healthy teeth. You thinking, well, at least I was thinking adding food is messing up your teeth in a sense, but it's not. It's actually helping to make them stronger. It helps to get other food going in, helps to clean out and remove other food. Like that's just that part of the process. So now you take it down into putting it into your body. This is why when God is telling us, I believe it's in Leviticus and in Deuteronomy as well, when he's telling you what to put into your body. Again, this ain't about your preference. This is about the things that go into your body to make it function and operate properly. So when you're putting in foods, like you're saying, that he has on that list that says do not eat, you know what I'm saying? You're taking one, it's because these animals that he's telling you not to eat are unclean. So you're taking death into yourself. You're taking also into you their mindset, the mindset of the animal that you're taking. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to go with, like you're saying, what you're taking into your body and what you're eating and what you're doing. All of this play a vital role in just the functioning. So we be thinking like God be tripping on it because he don't want us doing stuff, or it's a preference issue. This ain't preference. This is functionality. If you put the wrong things in, you're going to mess up your car. That's like putting orange juice in your gasoline tank and you going back to take it back to Ford. Like, what's wrong with my car? You don't follow the instructions. You don't follow the manufacturer's manual. That's why.
Same way. I understand. Hey, once again, man, I got to touch back on what you said because it was pretty great. You was talking about how food is perceived as something that jacks up the teeth or jacks up our oral health, but it's not necessarily that, man. It needs to go a little deeper. You can't be so use a broad term like that. Oh, it's food that jacks you up. Yeah. Okay, let's dive a little deeper. What kind of food are we eating, man? Are we eating things like candies and sweets?
There you go.
And things with 40 grams of sugar in them per bag, and and instead of eating just a few, we eat the whole bag. You know, this is what's causing, you know, this corrosion happening in the mouth and in the teeth. around the gum linings in general. We start to see things like plaque stains or worn enamel. You know, you start to see worn enamel when you could start to feel the pain right there, and you start to see like a brown or yellowish in there, and you could even feel it with your finger. You know, there's no more enamel in a particular spot around the gum right there. A lot of people have it different ways, but nonetheless, same way. We have to understand, man. It's it's not the food that's doing it to us. It's the kind of food that we perceiving to be right for the body that we consuming that's doing it to us. You understand? And once again, I'm gonna say to each their own, because there is cases all around the world where some people may not have access to the type of things that we have access to here in the United States.
Right.
So, for example, we may be seeing these poor countries. Maybe we'll call it we're not going to name any particular countries, but we'll say particular countries out there that they don't have access to a lot of these things. So their diet is heavily composed of carbohydrates, which is things like bread and flours and
Right.
and red meats, you know, and there's no greens and stuff in there. There's no fruits and fibers and vegetables and things of that nature in there that's going to help in order to digest these these fibrous
Right.
plant-based meats, excuse me, these fibrous red meats or whatever meats we're consuming into the body, man. We need to have that fiber. It's imperative to break it down. So for all you meatheads out there, man, make sure you get some more fiber in you. You understand? If you're gonna do it like that, man, we have to be wise, because it's important to cleanse the body, man. It takes time for our bodies to get into a state of wickedness, man, to where everything else could take over, you know. My mother works in a hospital. I'm sure Dr. Ock has been around some people. I know plenty of other people who've been in the hospital. I know people that have reversed their syndromes or their diseases from changing over their diets or the way of their lifestyle, rather, you know, because lifestyle goes all hand in hand. You know, we think about what we're consuming, and it's not just food into the body. It's food for the mind, food for the ears, food for the soul. And also we have to be mindful. It's a lifestyle. Change up your lifestyle if you're feeling pretty wicked, you know. And our bodies will definitely tell you, man, when there's something wrong with it, you know. So listen to what your body says. If you're not feeling right, you know, make a checklist. Okay, I've been eating all of this. What do I need to take out of my diet? You know, I feel like maybe this is jacking me up. I maybe feel like this is giving me a headache. This is making more mucus being produced within the body. You see, things of that nature, you know.
Yep.
And I'm glad I started to experiment on myself and start to understand the foods that we consume in life, man, you know, because it all goes hand in hand, you know. It's really made me a sharper person mentally. It made my body feel better. And like I said, to each their own. I'm not here to advocate for nothing, but I will say, do what is right, man. Do what is right for you, you know. If eating a steak is going to be right for you, then eat that steak. But like I say, best believe you need to make sure to get a lot of greens, a lot of fiber in behind there, you know, to help that digest and break down in the belly, because it's a very tough one, very fibrous piece of work to break down. It's imperative now.
And I agree with, like, seriously about the food. And that's why I understand, like, your album. I understand, like, where you're going with everything that you're doing, because if you understand nature, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's understanding yourself. And you made a huge point. She said, wait, I found out another way to, okay. So, you made a huge point when you were talking about, I'm sorry, I had to read from my guest.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm trying to get them on, and at the same time, but dang, you said something about
What I say? Maybe I can help you out.
Go ahead. What you say?
I said some things about the body, about the belly, about the organs, about the foods that we eat. You know, eating, consuming more fiber. My goodness, I don't know where to take you to a particular point in time.
What it is. It's really just eating the foods that you're eating, like you were saying, that's causing the problems. That's causing problems. Like, it's not just about, you know, the amount that you're eating. What are you eating? Because that's what we like to say that too. Like, you know, you can eat this fake food. That's what it is. We're entertaining fake food, and you can do that for so long. You can continue on doing it as long as you want to, but understand this: it is causing damage. It is causing a problem. It is doing things to your body that you don't even understand, because you haven't taken the time. And that's what it was. You said, I experimented on myself. That's the thing. Man. Like, try this stuff out on yourself. Like, everything that you're trying to figure out in life, make yourself the guinea pig. See, will it work on you? Take your own medicine. Because that's another thing. We like to dish out the medicine that we're not taking ourselves. You know,
Oh
so
my
we
soul, man.
much, bro. Yeah.
We live so simplistic over here. I mean, excuse me, that's the wrong word. We live so lazily over here in the States, man. You know,
Right, right, right.
over here, we look for things out of convenience. Whether or not it's what we're consuming, whether or not it's the work we have to do, all of it is out of convenience. We don't want to do work no more, and it's definitely a reflection on society compared to the 1930s and 40s, man, where people was working their tails off in order to
Teach.
put food on the table for their families, man. And I'm talking about the lesser class, man.
Yep,
It'll be
yep.
us, man. Our families, they came up from poverty, man. You know, come on now. We understand. We look at grandma and great grandmother and and the way that they came up, they had to work their tails off, man. You know, and the hog that they ate back then is different than the hog that they ate now. You know, and why am I saying that? Because the hog now, it never touches the ground. It's farmed in a factory, man. It's 1,000 pounds, you know, filled with
No.
disease, and they pumping them with antibiotics and hormone and wicked thing like that, you know. So that is the difference between the hog they ate back then and the hog that they eat now. And that goes for a lot of other animals, and even for our vegetables and fruits that we farm up too, man. We're really just exploiting Mother Earth like that. It's
Teach,
important
brother.
that we start to do more permaculture and more small farms and and things of that nature, man. We really got to get back, man, to farming, man, and that's something that I've really learned over the course of a couple of years too, man. To get back to Mother Nature, man, to get back in the soil, especially when all else fails. It's just such a fulfilling thing, you know. I mean, it's really the defining factor to me of what life is about, man. Reconnecting with the source. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's what I'm doing. Like, just again with you and Carl and teaming up with Ancient Mystic Garden. Like, seriously, like I'm learning more about the earth. I take my, like, when I go to people's houses now, I'm very cognizant of the plants that they got in their house, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking to see if they're like dusty. I'm looking to see if it's life.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's almost a reflection of the person, man. You know.
Teach. You see? No, teach.
If you got a if you
Go
got a
ahead,
dusty plant in your house, man, if you got a dusty plant in your house, man, it probably means you need to slow it down or so, man. You're moving too fast, you know. You're neglecting one of the most beneficial pieces in your household, man.
Woo!
Everybody thinks the centerpiece, man. But what provides that nice clean air, man? What provides that nice mood and vibration, man? A lot of the visual objects, a lot of the what we consider uninnate objects, the ones that are unborn, the ones that don't move, you know, that to us don't have no life or purpose or meaning, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just because we've been indoctrinated into thinking a type of way, you know. It's what's wicked about the educational system out here, man. They never teach you to think for self, let alone do for self, man. They always shape and mold you to go work for some corporation or go work for some company just to go to college in order to get out and work just to pay back to go to just for going to college, man. It's such a conundrum, you know. And once we see beyond the veil, and we can really start to take our life back, you know. I'm really fortunate that for me, I'm able to work for myself, you know, whether or not it's making beats, making music, farming, doing the herbs, working the different markets, harvesting up a nice crop, a nice medicine, getting in tune with the ancients, teaching. You know, it's something serious, man. It's really something personal about working with yourself. You know, everybody thinks that, oh, my career path in life is personal. You know, going to work in the office is personal. No, It's really not, man. You still, you're never doing for yourself. And how many people you know that are miserable after coming from a job like that, you know? Or they never really find their purpose in life. They think it's a purpose, but they living out somebody else's purpose, man. If you're gonna be if you want to be an accountant, if you want to be a business, you know, part of a business conglomerate or something like that, why don't you go sit down with a group of your peoples or a group of like minds and be the head of the business for them, you know? Let's start from the ground up. That's the hardest thing for us to do, man, is to build up from the ground up. We always want to have that platform laid. Once I said out of convenience again. We live here in the States, man, where everything is for convenience, man. If you don't have money, you know, then you're gonna be doing anything to survive. Crabs in a bucket, you know? But if you got a mind on your head and you know how to use it, then that money will manifest itself over the course of time, man. So many people get caught up in that. Oh, I need that dollar. I need that dollar. And when you always think in the dollar, man, that's all you ever gonna think, man. You need to get out there and see it from a bigger perspective, from a bird's eye view. Get your hands in the ground. Get your hands dirty. Break the ground. Lay the foundation, because it's not just gonna be for you. It's gonna be for future generations. This is all imperative. The reason we talk about this stuff is because we need to preserve that cycle of life. You know, that communal cycle. You know, that cycle of the community.
Yeah.
And that's something that has been lost. Even the word community is something that really shouldn't even be used, because community stands for people coming together for a common unity. You know, the root word over there, community, a common unity. That means like minds coming together to build something because they understand it. They're all in favor of it. And we don't see communities doing that no more. Usually it's one government head. It's somebody downtown that's picking and choosing what should go on, man. The communities, the citizens have a voice, okay? But the ones that's coming out with the voice is, it's kind of like our vote, man. You know, here in the United States of America, man. When we go to the polls, man, and we vote, okay, why is it that our vote has to go through five or six, or so it's probably like 10 or 20 now, but you have to go through all these different levels, and then these particular delegates are making a vote after your vote, then these super delegates are making a vote after the delegate vote, then the super delegates are voting for this, and then the electoral college somewhere along down the line makes the final vote. Now what kind of sense does that make? That's the whole guys here, man. It takes the individuality out of things. You understand? It doesn't allow us to make a decision. It's the guys that we're making the decision. It shows us that we're making the decision. It looks legit because we're filling out a piece of paper and they're showing all these percentages and numbers on the television. But remember what they say, man. Believe none of what you see and half of what you hear. You understand? We really got to start to think deep, man. And when we start to think deep, things become so much more clear. Everybody thinks that, you know, I maybe sound like a radical or sound kind of crazy talking like this, but I mean, it's such simple knowledge, man. When you have an open mind, man, and you could, you know, just discern something, whether or not it's under the values of it, if it's a good moral or if it's a bad moral, if it's a good principle, it's a bad principle. You know, I mean, we should be able to see through all of this. I think it's unfortunate. So I always try to advocate a little bit like this, to teach, to press this on people more, man, to open up their minds a little bit. We have to be mindful of what's going on in the world. You know, we all play an individual part. And for all our producers and artists out there, man, you know, this is RockTrue Beatz. So we always got to make sure that we speak on that and open up the minds of a lot of artists and producers, man. We all at different stages and different levels in the game. You know, old Chief Rugged been doing this thing, man, since at least 2015. You understand? I was listening to him back in 2015. Shout out to Vibin on YouTube, the channel Vibin, Vibin, Vibin on YouTube. They got so many dope instrumentals, and they done put me on to Chief Rugged since 2015, man. I've been jamming in the crates, man, diving deep, checking the tapes. You understand? Something serious. But they all, yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, man, shout out to the channel Vibin for putting this music out there. But for all these artists and all these producers out there, it's very important, man, that we ain't selling out, man, that we make sure that we humble ourselves, come back to the roots, be able to lay the platform for the rest of the students to come into play, man. Hey, peace, Dr. Ak, man. Enough respect.
Well, you know what? Let me do a real quick double check. We do have with us our possible new co-host of RockTrue Beatz. I'm gonna bring her in. Let me see if her audio is working real quick. Let me go ahead and bring her in. Kat, are you here? Let me see if she's here. Queen, are you here?
Yes.
Hi, go ahead and speak up for us. I can't. Okay, sis, do me a favor. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Check your Wi-Fi settings. Make sure you're not connected to anything additional that you shouldn't be or things like that. Come out and come right back in. Okay? All right, go ahead, bro. Yeah, you know what? One thing that you brought up before you go to your next subject matter, and again, shout out to Chief Rugged. This is dope. What an amazing album. I just love, like you said, the vibes. The vibes is everything. But you pointed out, having a sense of community and how we are not using the term properly today. And you're absolutely right, because again, community, it actually comes from colony, and colony is that group of because you know where I'm going with this. Like, this is more than just a group of people that's coming together, for a common cause, or they're just together because they like certain things. No, this is one mind. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. It's absolutely
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard
one
user.
mind.
For the last 6 years,
Let me
I've
not
been
give them
live
no
streaming
airtime with
consistently
this.
to
Hold
YouTube,
on.
Facebook, and every
Look,
Man,
they not.
so I'm talking about
I
the inconvenience of YouTube.
ain't it? And the thing about it is, I'm being lazy because I can log into my radio email, the email with the radio, and I have no commercials because I'm subscribed. But
Hey, Chief
this is
Rugged.
one of my
Hey,
notes.
Chief Rugged. Yeah, man. Pardon the laziness on our end, man. Pardon
I
the
know,
laziness.
my man, and that's the thing. You said part of the laziness. I love it, Chris. Please check me. You know what they be doing? Retarded little sign-in things with Gmail, and
I know it, man. I know it.
and I feel like they just lock me out. Like, so now to go through all of this, I'm just like, you know what? We about to play this. I can't. But what they ain't gonna do is get airtime. Because I'm with you. If they want to give a commercial, they could do a commercial for Chief. My mic isn't working that well. This is my broke phone. It's all correct. It's okay, sis. It's okay. We'll bring you in next week. Don't worry about anything. Everything is timely. We are appreciative of you. We cannot wait to have you on the show. And I can't wait to even have your face and everything. So don't worry about it. Oh, and I am on my Wi-Fi. Yeah, that Wi-Fi, I'm telling you, it's best to, log in with the landline. But if not, just make sure you're somewhere and you're not like on a hotspot too and got all this extra stuff going on. So next week, Queen, we'll be looking for you. All right, so go back in, like colony. We're talking about colony. We're talking about community, and like you were saying, seriously, like this is one movement, one body, and that's what we do not have in the community. We do not have a voice of one. We have a bunch of different voices. Nobody's agreeing on a bunch of stuff, and but this is all that Wi-Fi. Oh, there she goes. She's back. Let me see. Are you here, Queen? Can you hear us? Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Peace.
You know what? And I'm doing great. And yourself?
We are amazing. Oh my God, you sound so sweet and young. Are you
said
nervous?
What?
I said you sound so sweet and young.
Hell
Are
yes.
you nervous? You nervous?
Hell yes.
Oh God, don't be nervous, Queen. Just be you. So do me a favor, if you can, because I know you're familiar with Marley King. You're excited about Marley King. Let us know about yourself. Tell us about you. Tell us about your music background, where you're from, projects that you may be involved in or not. Let us know about yourself, Queen. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off so we can hear you better.
Okay, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Woo!
And around, I'm very nervous and very shy right now.
It's okay. Just as if this is a normal conversation. Don't think about being on anything. Just talk to me about you. What would you say about yourself?
Oh, and I'm a sweetheart,
So tell us about your musical background.
Oh, okay.
She's nervous for real. I haven't had anybody on here this nervous. Like, I can feel your energy through, like, you are super nervous. It's okay, Queen.
Hell yes.
It's okay. Just be yourself.
Okay, my musical background comes from my mother and my daddy.
Yeah.
Because when I was little, they always used to say, like, I was all like, ooh, and around.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. I don't know if you're going in and out or not.
Oh yes, I am.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We have technical difficulties. We don't fret. Go ahead. So you said your musical background from your parents?
Yep. And you know, I can rap, I can sing.
Yes. So how long have you been rapping and singing and doing music?
Since I was a kid.
You are still nervous. I need you to shake this nervous energy. Now you are a fan of Marley King, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Hell
And so
yes.
we have Marley King here. Marley, you want to jump in here?
Yo, what it do?
Nothing.
Now she's actually been like promoting everything with RockTrue Beatz. I had no clue she was promoting RockTrue Beatz the way that she does. She is definitely a fan of yours, Marley, and like highlights you when you know she's posting. So it's only befitting that we just go ahead and bring her in. And then she's always chatting with us in a private chat throughout the weeks on the show. So you guys may have seen her post a few things while we were live. And so I definitely wanted to bring her in. We're gonna break her out of this nervousness and this nervous energy. So I have Marley here. Do you have any questions or anything you've ever wanted to ask him in reference to like music or anything, sis? She's so nervous.
Just spit something. Just spit a few bars.
Oh, she wants you to spit a few bars. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. She said, "You down, Chris?"
Yeah. Just turn it down a little bit for me so you can hear everything going here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Check it. Here we go right now. One time. Yellow dock and red clover to kill the cancer. Pull the wicked out the blood and now the whole world quiet. Detox the body, keep the public mystified. Though it is no secret, Mother Nature never hides the cure. Lies within, we got to know the medicine. So let I go marijuana come and wash away my kin. Yeah, man, real talk. Respect.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I'm glad I end on the beat like that, man.
I know,
that was so.
Right. That's a song.
Perfect.
Oh, bro.
One more time. I got one more. One time for the one time. Yeah.
Okay, King. Let's do it. This one, break it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one. Here we go.
Come on, King.
Yeah, man. Here we go. Whipping up this one particular tea to ease my mind, to bring me and it takes time, I know it, to work magic on the mind, body, and spirit, cure it from all the wicked building up inside. I feel it. Hey, it's kind of hard for me to catch the beat on here, a little bit of lag, but you understand. You understand.
You got it.
It's okay.
You got it. You flowing. We can tell.
All right, let me jump from the top. One particular tea to ease my mind, to bring me relaxation, and it takes time, I know it, to work magic on the mind, body, and spirit, cure it from all the wicked building up inside. I feel it, clearing out the lungs, relieve. Hey, I keep it catching a lag up in here, y'all.
It's okay. You flowing though, bro.
It's okay, King.
One more time. I got to kill a full 16 right here. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm gonna jump in right here. Yeah, man, let me drop real quick. Let me drop. One time. All right, here we go. I'm whipping up this one particular tea to ease my mind, to bring me relaxation, and it takes time, I know it, to work magic on the mind, body, and spirit, cure it from all the wicked building up inside. I feel it. Body. Yeah, hey, y'all gonna have to catch me another time. We're gonna get some things lined up, and we're gonna have a nice session on here, okay? You understand?
Yes,
I just catching a lag on this side, man, and it's throwing me off a little bit.
It's okay, Chris. It's okay. Like, but your flow dope though. Like that was sick.
Always is. Enough respect now. Always got some knowledge coming off, man. You understand?
A herbalism class on the track. Doc said you about to have an herbalism class on the track.
And hey, y'all understand this? Okay, all right. I got. Hey, trust and believe. I got to give y'all one more. Since you just said that, hey, lift my spirits up a little bit. Where we gonna go? Let me see where I'm gonna take us here, man. I'll
Come
take you on a
on.
whole adventure. All right, here we go.
All right. Let's
Where you
see.
at, Chief Rugged? Where you at? Pinche
Oh, this sucker
advertismo.
free. This sucker free.
Yeah,
Hey.
man. Oh, this is a nice one. I got you. I got
Yeah.
you.
Hey. Woo.
Yeah, man. Let me drop one more time. I'm jumping in for you.
All right, cool. This hot. Shout
All
out to
right.
Chief
Here we
Rugged.
go. Right here. Chief Rugged. Things ain't been the same since I left up out of town. People come and go. Still city now a ghost town. Reminisce of nuclear war. I know the spirit must be broke down. I could see it. Look in their eyes are in the ground. You need to find the red clover. The blood purifier. Nobody there to show you. So I'll be quick to preach the choir. Teach a class or a lesson outdoor session. The red clover loaded up with phytoestrogen. Cancer killer. I provided for the empress. Cancer killer. I provided for the empress who going through the PMS, relieve the body of the stress and remove the excess water from the system and cleanse the bloodstream, correct the circulatory system from impurities. Time to make a teal, the symbol of the sun is what the ancients self believe. Pick them when you see them rosa tops, we got to have it, and it's true that big things come in small packages. The red clover, man, the red clover, get in tune now.
Hey, I broke out my guitar.
Watch out.
All right, here we go. Hey, boo, hey, can you see us?
All right, here we go. I jump in one last time.
Come on, King, come on through then.
Yeah, man. Nice change right here. Nice change. Good piece. All right, here we go. Individually, we need to focus on keeping the vibe alive like some honeybees in nature. Yo, we must protect this hive. No under armor, but beneath the flesh it lies a suit of armor. Cock me back like a hammer. Be ready to reap the karma. What goes around comes around is like a boomerang. Lack of karmic comprehension, evident when we do things without thinking or merely reacting off emotion. Tidying up your mente and going afloat like the ocean. Out here super soaking souls in Babylon going through the motion. Wish life was smooth and every day we hop in the whip. We could just keep on coasting. Instead, we stuck in a bubble and overdosing. Confined inside of our minds, we lacking a type of devotion, a self-love, self-respect, respect others. If you can't do that, how can all of us live amongst each other? We special individually in each his own way, to each his own. Try not to judge. I live my life the proper way. Yeah, man, watch out now.
Come on,
Over
King,
to it.
come on through it.
Okay, killing them.
Yes.
People don't understand,
Killing
man.
Yes. So now we can see you, sis. We can see you. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring you forward. All righty. Here you go. Yes, the bee's knees, literally. It's the bee's knees. Yes. Okay,
You
sis.
understand.
Everything is working right. Everything is working fine. Let's do a re-intro to you. Introduce us to yourself one more time, please, because we can see you and stuff. And I'll go ahead and turn this off.
Okay.
Go ahead, boo. Tell us your name.
My
Where
name
you're
is
from.
Kanye, Kiana Dixon, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
And I was born and raised there. Well, I actually was living in Georgia, in Albany, like a few years back.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we had moved here to Hammond, Indiana.
Okay.
And then I had came from Hammond to Gary, Indiana.
Okay. And you sing and you rap, and your musical background is from your parents, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So how did you come across Marley King?
Well, I'm gonna let Marley King tell you.
All right, open interview, man. You got to answer, my friend.
Yeah, you gotta answer. Don't be nervous. Don't think about camera. Don't think about those things. I could tell you're nervous.
Okay.
I could tell, gosh. Yes. So just don't think about that. Just talk. Yes, come on out, come on out, come on out. I see that smile.
Okay. well, around we met.
You got this, Queen. Doc said you got this. Come on, Queen. You got it.
We met like over like 2 years ago, I believe.
Okay, coolness. Coolness. Oh, you nervous. Oh, you nervous. I know. It's okay. You got it, sis. You got it. Don't think. Stop thinking and just be. And that's what I was telling you, you know, in the group earlier. This is a place and a space for you to be yourself. Like if ever you wanted to be free, and like this is that. This is the environment that we're recreating for everybody at RockTrue, because it's an environment that's conducive to growth. This is the environment that grew us. You know, having these people around us, having these friends to help and support you. See, you got Doc, like, come on, Queen, you got this. This is what we do. We edify and we build up each other and we support each other. And I love how Marley King calls us student teachers. We all are student teachers. We're learning from each other. Like, we just left out of science class. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going into Beatz, and for whatever reason, always for whatever reason, go together. Yeah, man. So it's so dope. So, sis, be you. Be you. Like, smile it out. Like, don't question or second guess yourself again. Okay. Like, be yourself. So, okay, lose the nervousness. I love it. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you before we get out of here, again, you sing, you dance, you said you met Chris about 2 years ago. And what actually, you know, what was it about Chris music? Like, I know what it is for me, but what is it about Marley King's music that was attractive for you?
I mean, it's just real.
Come on, teach.
It's just real life.
Yeah.
And I just love his vibrations.
That's
and everything like that. He's a positive man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, sis. You teaching. And that's important. I totally agree. I think that what Marley is talking about, like Doc is talking about, he snapped, he teaching like for real, a whole herbalism class on track, on wax, like that's like, but it's also a part of learning. It is, King, but it's about learning about yourself.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Like, yeah, bro, you teaching us about us again, about the nature of us, and that's what we fail to look at. We're so quick to look at everything else, but our nature, how we would naturally do things, and that is part of the functioning of the world, and that world system really starts in a plant. That's the world system. You know what I'm saying? A seed. You know, so bro, you captivate all of that. And then you, like you said, it's the truth. It's the truth, bro. So I honor you too. Like, you know, you dope.
Give thanks. And no, you know, I'll give a little hype on myself too, man. Ain't nobody out there doing it like I'm doing it, man. And I don't like to be conceited, man. But it gets my mind blown a lot of times, man. It gets my mind blown, man. I'll be listening to all the stuff people be talking about, the toxic conversations that everybody have every day, man. You know, the unconsciousness. Nobody seems to want to read a book and gain knowledge no more, man, and come around and have a conversation about that. Everything is about sex, drugs, and alcohol, man. You know, and the problems that's going on in the household, man. You know, we need to break free from those chains, man. We've evolved from a physical slavery to now a mental slavery. So it's important that we break free from those chains. And that's why I like to bring the vibration that I'm bringing right now with the music that I'm putting out. It's imperative to me that I continue to make music like this. And every single music is a lesson. And that's a shout out to one of the greatest teachers in hip hop. And that's, what do we call it, man? Mr. KRS-One. You understand? And he put,
Like,
and that's one of the great teachers right there, man. And it's imperative that a lot of us as artists, we don't have to be teaching the same thing, but teach something, man. It doesn't have to be
teach,
so
bro.
vulgar. It doesn't have to be so violent, man. And we got to stop with the idol worshiping, man. A lot of us is listening to music and getting caught up in the beats and stuff like that. And not looking at the people's, man, who's behind this stuff, man. Let's name some artists, man. I'm gonna put them on Front Street. If you listen to them, you listen to them. Rihanna, Beyonce,
right.
people. Look, I'm calling them out, man. Y'all can hold it against me if you want to, man.
Mainstream.
No, right.
Absolutely,
You're right. You are very
the mainstream,
right.
man. Everybody be singing these things, man, but they're not looking at the hidden message behind it all, man. They're not looking like what. Knowledge reigns supreme. Look, that's my brethren down there again, man. He always coming in clutch, though. He came in last week too. He always coming in clutch, man. Yeah, man. That's my brethren down there, man. Respect that. Yeah, man, but we understand too much wickedness going on like that, man. We gotta look, man. If people follow the teachings, man, you know, whatever your creed is, man, whatever your belief is, if we follow what the teachings are talking about, they tell us not that we shouldn't be worshiping a statue or a picture of any particular god on a wall, man. And what do we see cats doing these days? Check this out, man. So I did that radio interview at 106.3, you know, a few weeks back, 2 weeks back or so. We walked inside the radio station, man. And I'm looking at all these different plaques for awards on the walls and stuff like that. And I start to see all of the wicked folks that they're highlighting, the people that they're putting on the highest pedestal for the radio station. Then Carl went and asked the lady at one of the other stations. He was like, hey, my brethren got some music here, man. We're looking to get it on there, man. She's like, oh, what kind of music? He said, you know, positive vibrations, talking about some worldly things, you know, good vibration. And she was like, we don't do that kind of music here, man. And it told me right away. So then some told me to look at the wall again. I looked at the wall, man. Me and my elder, he was asking me. He's like, "Oh, what you think about it?" I said, "All that stuff wicked up there, man. I don't, you know, no bars held back, man. I'm gonna speak my mind about this cat. I'm in this wicked environment, man. I'm gonna challenge you right here. You understand? No pressure." And one of the plaques on the wall, I think it had somebody named Travis Scott, or it could have been somebody else on there. But I think check it out. I think the plaque was referring to a particular genre of music, but it was just weird how like I said, we got to look at the intricacy of the way things are designed, man. Okay, there's always a hidden message in the way art is put together. You know, the Freemasons got art, the Rosicrucians got art, Skull and Bones got art. These different conglomerates, these different factions all around the world with power. They got art that has a hidden message in it. So let's go to case in point here. So we looked at that picture on there, man, and it was like this blacked out picture. It was an artist, but he was kind of in the shadows. You know, he was standing up. He was all blacked out. You just seen the silhouette, and he's kind of looking down and stuff like that. And above, it said the artist's name, and then it said Trap Soul. So when you look at a picture like, on my soul, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. The common folk wouldn't peep that out. They would have been like, "Oh man, that's cold. You know, let me go find this particular artist and that kind of music." But me being as wise as I am, man, I peeped that out. And I looked at my elder. We said, "Man, that is some wicked stuff right there." You see how that's put together, man? And I find it so unfortunate, man, because all the radio, we went on 106.3, which is a pretty decent radio station, I guess you say. I don't listen too much radio, but because the radio stations suck out this way, man. I listen to 88.7. That's the local radio station here in Gary, Indiana. If y'all are here in Gary, Indiana, check it out. 88.7 FM. They always got some wonderful things going on, especially with the students. They teaching them how to do radio production and get up in the studio and work the mics. And it's a wonderful thing, man. Nice entrepreneurship. I guess we can call it entrepreneurship class going on in there, but nonetheless, a technological study. I'm hoping that the people that take the class, they go off and they do their own thing, you know, like create their own radio station or create their own podcast. You understand? So simple as that. So, shout out to the radio station over there. But I don't listen to many radio stations, but just to see all of that wicked stuff going on in that one particular building, man, it really showed me the battle that we were in. If I didn't see it already, it just showed me how deeper the battle went in the sound game or in the music game or in just making beats in general, man. When you're talking about trap soul and you got somebody's picture on there that's emanating somebody who's trapped, you know, blacked out and they can't get out of it, you know? What do you think's going on with a lot of these artists, man? Some of these artists are in too deep, man. The only way out is through a pine box, man. It sounds like some mafia stuff, you know? No, people got to understand. We dealing with some big players out here in the world, man. You and I, we ain't nothing compared to them. You know, we just a small obstacle. We like a little ant compared to these cats in their field of expertise. They've been pimping artists and people and black men and women for many years, you know. And for us to continuously give these particular artists praise and stuff like that, and praising the record companies and always wanting a record deal and never wanting to do for self. Like I said, living in a time of convenience, man. We need to get away from all that stuff, man. Next time people are listening to music, man, be conscious of what you're listening to, man. Ask yourself, man, is this some appropriate music to listen to, man? The music sounds good, but what's the artist doing, man? Remember a week or two ago I was talking about the Rastafari misconception, man. Excuse me. The way that reggae artists are taking Rastafari and capitalizing on it, man, and leaving the Rastafari brethren and elders with nothing, man. You know, they leave them with nothing, man, as if they had, you know, they make it seem like they had something before. They never really had nothing. All they had was Mother Earth, man. They've been affected for generations, man. You know, the government oppresses them everywhere, man. They see you with locks, they cut off your locks, man. You know, they don't want you practicing this, you know, because it's too deep. It takes Christianity to the level that we take it to, in a sense. You know, we're on here, we're able to question things, man. I think you said this, or you or Will said this some weeks back, man. It was talking about the way that people was misinterpreting what they're reading, you know, and the way that they're just trapped in a cage, and you know they're listening to the way one person perceives it, rather than how it needs to be perceived. You know, there's many different perspectives, but if we keep that open mind and we ask questions and we really start to use all these analogies and connections, man, then we can really start to see things for what it is, rather than for what somebody else wants us to see it as, you know. And that's what a lot of people get caught up in this day and age, man. This idol worshiping. Everybody puts this look, and this is common sense, man. They put this white man up on the cross. There was no white man in this particular region at this point in time ever throughout history. Ever throughout history. His genealogy, genetics, and history tells you that, you know. Go over there to the Middle East and Mesopotamia and what they call you know, Bethlehem or Nazareth, you know, all these mind you in the teachings that they tell you all these different locations that he supposedly was born or came from, you know. So which one was it really, you know? So this is what I'm saying. It's important that we ask these questions, and then we go do the research, dig back on the timeline, and come together to connect dots, so that we could build on this perspective, man. Because what people are indoctrinated into is not the right thing, man. It surely isn't, man. If anybody is doubting what I'm saying, go out there and do a Google search on the slave Bible. You'll understand what the slave Bible is, then you'll understand what people are still following to this day, man. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, when you're talking about with the people just listening to whatever somebody is telling them, their interpretation of what's being told to them, and that's why you can go to or reference it as a slave Bible, because it's giving you the mentality to keep you oppressed. That's not the Bible. The Bible is liberating. The Bible is a constitution.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking now.
And so, man, for that to be what it is and turned into, like you said, so they'll bank on the fact that, again, what is a slave? Somebody who at the time was unable to read. So if you couldn't read, all you can go off is what I'm telling you anyway. And then here's the thing too: we got lazy, like you was talking about. RockTrue being lazy today when I signed in. We got lazy, didn't want to do the work ourselves, and then the people that was learning to do the work for you and teach you, like, hey, what they're telling you is wrong. You get mad at them when they're trying to free you from the oppression, and it's like, wait a minute, like that's the whole purpose of us gaining this knowledge. Not just so that we can hold and obtain it, but for us to do something with it, you know. So we're not bad people. For anybody listening, man, who are thinking of us as wicked, man, we're not bad people for asking questions, man. No.
What is wrong with asking a question, man? When you ask a question, that is you seeking knowledge and truth, man. And that's one of these grand purposes in life, man, is to seek that knowledge and truth, man. And a lot of us, once again, tying into the beats again, the RockTrue beats again. Listen, man, when we out there seeking that knowledge and looking for a revelation, it could be found in many different things. It could be found in Mother Nature. It could be found in a tree. It could be found in just a piece of a quiet time by yourself, man, sitting around looking crazy for a couple of hours. You might find that answer you've been searching for by asking these questions, getting back in tune. You understand? Let the message be received through you as the vessel. Okay, we are student teachers in this game, so let's make sure we do it that way, man. We have to start looking at things like this. When we listen to the music, there's always a message in the music. Always. There's
I
no
agree.
particular song or instrumental that was made without a message. Once again, you was talking about the album cover. Look at Chief Rugged's
Yep.
album
Yep.
cover. Okay, don't you think that there was a meaning or a purpose behind
It
that?
has to be.
Just like everything else, exactly. It's got to be, man.
I mean, and I
And
mean,
that particular
not
album,
just one thing, everything. I'm talking about the
it's so
background, I'm talking
ambiguous.
about the way in which everything, it is strategic.
Exactly, man. It's simple like that, man. We make things so difficult in this life because we refuse to listen and we refuse to open our minds up. We think in that one-track mind. We think that what somebody tells us is what it is, man. But ultimately, it's somebody's perspective, man. We can't just rely on perspective alone, let alone one person's perspective. You know, we have to dive deep within ourselves. Let's become the teacher and student ourselves. Let the universe and the creator be our teacher, man. Let the music be our teacher.
Yeah.
You understand? It's something deep, man. We need to really tune in, and I think over these next couple of weeks, man, as we start to make this transition into the fall time, we have the fall equinox coming up on 9/22, okay, which is September the 22nd, and that's when we officially enter fall time, the change of the seasons, man. You know, there's many different cultures all throughout the world that mark these through pyramids or different celestial correlations from objects that they've created or buildings that they've created, and it all has to do with the way the sun's coming in and how it shines a shadow, you know, to let these folks know that the harvest time is coming in, you know. It's very deep. Native American culture gives the full moon that happens on September the 20th, they call it the harvest moon. And why do they call it the harvest moon? Because this is time where they're harvesting up all of their crops, man, before the weather starts to turn for the worst. You understand? It's something deep, man. Something that goes really, really, really deep. You know, before we wrap it up here tonight, too, because I'm starting to get caught up with some mosquitoes out this way. Let me shine some light on myself.
Yeah,
man. Let there be lights. You understand? So check it out. A couple of things I wanna run past the people. So on Saturday, September the 11th, man, my elder Lord Cassius D, man, who runs with us, me and Carl here in the Ancient Mystics. He's doing a TEDx talk down at Indiana University Northwest, right here on Broadway. Absolutely, man. He's coming down there, and he's gonna be talking about what we got going on here in the community, and give a little background and history about himself and what he's been sent here to do for humanity. It's about to be something very deep, man. So I don't know if it's going to be live.
Do a TED talk. I want to do it. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
What?
He got selected to do this. So he got selected to do this. This was something that was that he was selected for a few months back. I don't know how the selection process came about or how. Okay. But you'd have to do a little deeper diving to find out what's going on with that. But it's going to be a nice one. So I'll be keeping y'all posted whether or not it's going to be live streamed or when it's going to be uploaded here to the YouTube channel. But it's about to be a nice one. I believe it's about a 45-minute exhibition or lecture, rather. And it's about to be a real nice one, man. Anything coming from us here at the Ancient Mystics, you know it's about to be deep, and you know it's about to be truth and light, man. You know, it's always for the righteous cause. And Jah gonna provide that power, man, that spirit, man. That driving force behind us, man, because every time we speak, you know it's some realness, man. And just like we like to say, man, incense smoke make the pagan choke. So if you see me lighting up a sage smudge stick or a piece of sage or some resin or something, man, and you see people choking and talking trash, hey, just remember that saying, incense smoke make the pagan choke. You understand? Something deep, man. So
go ahead, King.
I got two more announcements, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the evening time. You see, the show's kind of off balance today. Usually we're coming in with the way we do things, you know, we're jumping in with a nice greeting, a nice salutation, you know, and a nice intro. But today was a little different style, you know. We kind of came in with a little different perspective with things, and that's all right, man. Yeah. Change is always good, you know. We clean our houses, we move things around for what? To provide that new energy, that new feeling, you know, something deep like that. And sometimes we got to do it like that here on RockTrue Beatz, and y'all just need to follow and stay in tune. But check this out. So I'm sure you know about this event coming up on Saturday, September the 11th, along with the TEDx talk. So the TEDx talk is going to be in the evening time around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And then we also have yoga with the youth this Saturday. Grow America, man. My wonderful nonprofit organization with Carl Witherspoon. We're gonna have some nice thing going on the beach there. I believe he's doing a lot of workout in the morning time, just like we did last year with the youth. I'll be in there doing a nice little talk. I'm looking to go grab some pawpaws for them again. Hopefully by this weekend. Hopefully they're nice and ripe too. It'll be a wonderful thing to bring upon the youth and give them a nice little insight on a way that we could boost up the immune system. Wonderful. That's the flyer right there. But nonetheless, I always got some righteous words for the youth. It's always good to see them out because we hardly ever see them out in this day and age. Everybody's glued to the phones or the screens, rather. Everybody's stuck inside. Don't nobody want to come out to Mother Nature, get closer, get closer with the Creator, get in tune with creation. You understand? So come out this Saturday morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. September the 11th. It's going to be a real nice thing. Yoga with the Youth, sponsored by the one and only hosted by the one and only nonprofit Grow America. And then we also got our sponsor, Anthem. Shout out Chantel. Yeah. I know if you listen to man, you know I'm talking about you. Shout out Chantel. I always like them hand sanitizers, man. You always keep me nice and clean and fresh on my hands. You understand? Hey, she cold with it, man. I give thanks for that. Okay, last thing, and I'm gonna put this thing out there. This disclosure, man. Okay. For anybody who wants to come out, man, and this is gonna be for intermediate experience level, I guess we say, because it's some rugged terrain and it's a real adventure down into the woods. But we got a Pawpaw Forge coming up on September the 25th, and it's at an exclusive location, a nice, deep spiritual location as well. We asking for $30 to come out with us. We'll carpool you over there. Just got to make sure that you show up, man. It's going to be a wonderful adventure down there. We'll leave at about 11 a.m. and we'll get down there. We'll bring a nice bag of goodies, a nice backpack full of nice lunch, and I might even bring my flute down there. But we're going to walk down there, down into the Salt Creek Nature Preserve, man. It's going to be a real wonderful time. I think anybody who comes, be prepared. Have your outdoorology ready. Make sure you got your boots on. Make sure that you got your long sleeve if you need it. Make sure you have everything you need for being outdoors. You never know what you may encounter when you're outdoors. But nonetheless, you come out there with us, $30, man. You get to load up on pawpaw fruits from 11 to maybe 5 p.m. It's gonna be a real deep vibration out there. So if y'all in tune and y'all down for an adventure, get at me on Instagram, ancient_mystic_INC. That's ancient ANCIENT _mystic MYSTIC_INC. Yeah, man, you see it at the bottom of the screen right there. Y'all get in tune now. If y'all need to get in contact with me for some herbs, for some nice medicine, get in tune with me as well, man. You always know I got you, man. I'm an herbalist, man. I'm out there wildcrafting. I'm a jungle man, jungle boy. I'm always out in the bush, man. You understand? Something serious, man. Nature boy. Something serious. And then actually, that's it. We got to save the rest for next week, because we're always going to have a grand show regardless, man. I got too much knowledge of the plethora of it right here, as if I don't talk enough at the markets and at the different events I work the weekends. Yeah, man. Y'all catch us next week. But it's going to...
With our sis, Kat, you said you have a poem. Would you like to read your poem on this show and take us out?
You know what? Not good.
Yeah, go ahead. Drop us with some knowledge, Queen. Go ahead and let us get that poetry, and then Marley King, you go ahead and give us our salute.
Closing words.
Our salute, and then we'll be out. Go ahead, Queen. Grace us.
It's called Acrobatic Assassin. It's like this, and it goes like this. I love to tease him with my dancing. He says girlfriend should have took lessons. Acrobatic assassin. Time for you to back up everything you've been texting, because you've been doing way too much flexing.
Come on.
Ain't no need for no questioning. Meeting in my room if you guessing. Yeah. Elevated energies touching on you while you pleasing me. On a whole nother level, skins off of them rose petals.
Come on through then, Queen. Yes. I like that. I do. And here's the thing. When you just said I really do, you watched your whole confidence level change, in your voice, the tonality. Be confident in who you are. That poem can come off so much grander if you give us the confidence behind it, behind your writing. And I understand you've gone through some things, but so have all of us. So have all of us. Don't allow those things to box you. Don't allow those things to define who you are from this point on and going forward. So when you come back and say that poem for us, when you say it next week for us, I want you to say that with the same energy and confidence and passion that you had when you wrote it.
Exacta verga, man. Exactly, man.
Come on.
Okay.
See, with that and that smile and those dimples and those cheeks, and just bring that energy, Queen. Bring that vibe to RockTrue Beatz, Queen. It's over.
You
Whatever
making me blush.
whatever from yesterday over. Here she go. Doc says, put you into it. It's your voice. She's right.
Exactamente, man. Hey, man. Words sound power, man. You know, words have sound, and that sound has power, and you need to project that, man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Well, King, gonna take us on out of here. We appreciate that, Queen.
Hey, man,
Thank
you
you.
already know, man.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, man. Yeah, like I said, man. Let me provide some light in the dark, man. You know, I always gotta be that spark to make the light shine bright in the dark, man. Real talk. Don't steal my rhymes. Anybody listening out there? I got a feeling Dr. Ock is taking my rhymes, man.
Yeah,
She be in tune with
them.
what I'm saying, man. Hey, watch out, Doc. I'm coming for you now. I'm coming for you. I'll come all the way out to the city to find you if I got to, man.
Doc dropping bars.
I know it. Me and her might have to collab, man. I can see her being on the track, man. I may need her for a music video, so she better be on standby, man. Come on, because I'm going scientific with all of my videos, and just my creative process is so much more different, man. You know, I like to take things to the next level. Like to go outside the box, man. Whereas many people, they like to stay inside the box. You know, only thing overstood. So make sure you make a nice. Make sure you got a nice sandwich for myself. And you know, I'm not saying sandwich. I'm saying sandwich as in a nice plate. That's an old Southern term right there. You understand? Me a nice sandwich cooked up, Dr. Ock. You understand? I know you get down like I do. Be a real deep thing. Nonetheless, man, for too long, man has been locked in a box. Man has been locked in chains and slavery, whether or not it's been physical or mental. We have slowly evolved from a physical to more of a mental slavery nowadays. And people are just so naive and they don't want to recognize it, man. We got to stop with all the worshiping of these false prophets, man, and these naysayers, these people who speak against what is right, what is morally correct. We see one too many people idolizing these folks. They listening to them in their headphones. They're watching them on television. And each one of those listens and views on television or YouTube, television or YouTube, which is supposed to be for you, which is really not for you. Once again, word sound power. We have to make sure that we don't feed into these lies and into these games and into this bigotry and this fuckery, man. You know, it's something serious. It's something wicked going on out there. There's a constant war going on, and we see so many people. Y'all, if my dog starts barking, y'all got to excuse me because there's a raccoon out here right now.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, let me jump back into my last closing remarks, man. Last closing remarks. We have to make sure that we take our minds back, man. We take our perspectives back. Let's not let somebody else's perspective be your perspective, you know? Let's make sure that we do the knowledge, you know? Each one, teach one, reach one. When we on here, man, the things that we speak about is real. It's reality. Let's get out of a fantasy world. Just because it doesn't settle well with you, it doesn't make you feel good, doesn't mean that it's not the truth and it's not what's going on, man. We have to recognize things for what they are. We have to dive deep. We have to follow that paper trail. Then we have to jump back in the timeline. Let's come together and build. We spoke about community earlier, common unity or colonies. You know, word sound power, once again, is of utmost importance, man, that we come together and we make things happen. For all producers and artists out there, make sure that you get together with your kind, man, and create a platform that allows others to come up and become successful with you. Let's not let's not go to school to get out just to work for the man. Let's do for self. Let's understand the purpose of life. You know, what do they say? What do they say, man? Everybody is on a pursuit of happiness. You know, let's find what makes you happy and continue to do it. But let it be an untainted and unbiased happiness. You know, don't let somebody else be the one that forces you to think this is right and that's wrong. Everybody knows inside. If you look inside, you know what creation has installed in you. These moral principles of what is right and what's wrong, what is good and what is bad. A child can't discern it, but we have the ability to discern. And in this day and age, we have the power of choice. And even though I've been affected to an extent, and a lot of other people have been affected to an extent nowadays, to where where their choice affects their livelihood, hey man, we can't let that hold us down. We go out there and reunite with our tribe. You know, we find that good music, we find that good vibe, we find what makes us happy. And at the end of the day, that's what life is about, man. Live it to your fullest, man. Don't work yourself to the bone. Find some time for R&R, for some rest and relaxation.
Absolutely.
Let's throw the H in there for happiness, man. It's real talk. Something deep out there in this world. But nonetheless, man, it's been a wonderful show. Give thanks for everybody tuning in near and far. Give thanks for Danye for coming on the show, man.
Yes, Danye.
Give thanks, Mary. Give thanks, Dr. R. Give thanks, Tyron. Give thanks for everybody tuning in, man. We always love holding a reasoning, because reasonings are very important in this world. It doesn't happen no more. It used to be called, you know, sit down at the dinner table with your family and have a nice meal. But where do you get that nowadays, man? You don't even get folks sitting at the table. We pick up our plate, we go to the room, or we go to the couch, and we so lost inside of that screen right there. Let's break free from what's considered the norm, man, and get back to the basics. Get back to the ancient rituals and traditions. You know, it's our rights. You understand? Hey, man. Until next Tuesday, 7 p.m., another wonderful show of RockTrue Beatz. I'm Chris Lyon, who they call Marley King. You understand? Peace.
Peace.